How are you doing? Miss Linda here. So today in the Soft Life Mindset series, let's talk about walking away from mediocre love. If you're new to this channel, my name is Miss Linda and I talk about high value dating, goddess mentality and seduction. So hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my weekly videos. And I'll be hosting a Soft Life Magic masterclass where I'll be teaching you how to go from the whole hustle and grind to living a life in feminine ease and flow without having to quit your job or break the bank. So the other day I was having a conversation with one of my private clients. Hi, if you're listening. And we were really talking about just this whole struggle love thing. And it's so amazing just how much she has evolved over the past couple of weeks. And when we started our coaching relationship, she was really struggling with having to let go of this man who was emotionally unavailable. And over those weeks, she's really come to just discover how much of a divine goddess that she is, just how much she is so worthy, and everything that she desires, she can actually get it. All she had to do was to allow herself and open herself up to actually claiming what she desired. So after 3 or 4 weeks together, the man who had initially ghosted her reappeared. And at first, she then went back and started to engage him. They started conversing and all this and all that. But then guess what? They set up a date and the guy still did not show up. So you can imagine what that can do to you as a woman if you're having to deal with such painful love experiences where it's trauma after trauma, heartbreak after heartbreak. I mean, the assumption is this man has gone away. Probably you assume that over that 4 weeks period he's not been around you, that he's really thought, and you hope that he's come back to his senses, and now finally he's ready to be the kind of man that you wanted him to be. But guess what? He came back, asked her out on a date. Of course, she showed up, and guess what? He came up with yet another excuse, and he ghosted her. So as we started really digging deeper into what exactly are some of the underlying issues, and I won't really go into that because that's what I do with my private clients, the issue that came up was sometimes as women we feel unlovable. And if you look at the whole soft life movement, the whole soft life essence, it's for you to be able to accept yourself, love yourself, so that you can allow yourself to live a life filled with pleasure, play, fun, and just have an amazing life as you desire. Now, of course, this does not mean that you will not go through challenges, because it's through going challenges that we as women grow. Because most of the times, anything that comes into your energy field, if you're experiencing such kind of, specific kind of issues, or maybe you're finding you're interacting with certain kinds of people who hurt you or who disappoint you, the best thing is to actually look within yourself and figure out what areas are you hurting yourself. Could this be an opportunity for you to love yourself and embrace yourself and treat yourself more beautifully so that the people around you reflect the kind of vibe that you give? So as I'm speaking about this whole thing, part of embracing the soft life, part of being in your space as a feminine woman is having to walk away from such experiences. Because think about what that does to you. Every time you put yourself in a field where, or in an environment where a man is continuously hurting you and hurting you and hurting you, what that does is it really does affect your sense of self-worth. And you can imagine already, I'm sure you're working, then on top of that, you have your work stress, then you have your romantic stress, maybe you're also a mom. I mean, all that kind of stress, there's no way, there's no space for you to be able to rest in your feminine energy. So once you decide to choose yourself, you have to be able to shut some certain doors. And this leads me to something very interesting, because the other day when I was having my masterclass, I got asked this very interesting question. So this babe had just broken up with her. You can't even call him a boyfriend. She actually wasn't even sure what they were. And she used a word called exclusive dating. Immediately you use words like situationships, exclusive dating, we are just talking for like 2 3 years, just know that man is really, I mean, you guys don't really go together. Yeah. So anyway, long story short, she's been seeing this man for 2 years, and of course he's been flaky through and through. Then what happened, eventually they broke up, and by the time she sat for my masterclass, which was last week, it had been a week before they spoke. So she then asked me, like, okay, so Linda, what do you think you should do? This man is really reaching out to me. He's really calling me. He's really texting me. Now, my question to her was, why do you still have his number? Why haven't you blocked his number? So she told me, oh, okay, Linda, you know, at my age, because she's in her 40s, she's like, at my age, I think it's childish to block a man. But you see, my question to her was, how much energy is she having to use to forget about this man? If you're truly serious about moving on, you, yes, definitely need some space between, you know, where you are at and where you want to go, but also allowing somebody to continue to dominate your energy field. Obviously, he knows what he is doing. The fact that you two broke up, it does not mean that he loves you when he comes after you. It's really just a knee-jerk reaction, because I'm sure maybe you are one or two, three women he was talking to, so he does not want to have to replace you. Meanwhile, he's groomed you for like 2 years to be, you know, to play a particular role in his life. So you see now such a dynamic where you break up, you make up, you break up, you make up. There's really no time for you to be able to really just rest and be relaxed, for you to care of your mental, emotional well-being, your spiritual well-being, because at the back of your mind, you're playing games, ping pong, with a man back and forth, back and forth. And obviously, as women, we know where our emotions sit. Our emotions sit in our womb areas. And of course, we always get so attached to these men that we sometimes think mean nothing. But deep down, when you truly ask a babe, this man has embedded himself into your heart, into your mind, into your soul. And for you to be able to start to detach from such a man, it really requires a great deal of guidance, a great deal of intention, and a great deal of clarity in terms of where it is that you want to go. Now, there's some women who are able to, you know, play the game, mix and juggle, but that requires a completely different level of mindset. Probably a woman who's able to play the game with ease and move in between, you know, 2 3 relationships at a go, her mindset probably is at a very different level. And when I was speaking with this babe and she was telling me, oh, what should I do? Why is he still reaching out to me? Definitely her way of thinking, she still has some room to grow in terms of just understanding men more and how they normally behave, especially when they are coming out of relationships, and just understanding the whole male psychology better. So if you're here looking to start to rest in your feminine ease, start to live a life of grace, pleasure, and play, and remember, it doesn't have to cost you, you know, you don't have to break the bank. You don't have to quit your job. And most of these femininity coaches that I see all over YouTube and on Instagram make the whole soft life look like it's something that is so out of reach for anybody. Personally, I made a decision 3.5 years to start cultivating just my whole feminine energy. And over the years, I have come to learn and I've come to see what exactly it means to be able to live a life in, you know, your feminine. And were it not for some of my teachers and some of my experiences along the way, I would probably have never thought that I could be able to live a soft life. So each and everyone's idea of soft life is different. There are some women who believe that they can only have a soft life if they have a certain amount of money in the bank account. But I'm here speaking to any woman who really And especially if you're a career woman, and maybe immediately you may not see like you have the luxury to quit your job, because ultimately I believe this is just my whole lifestyle choice. I believe for a woman, you should be able to, you know, even if you're working, you should be able to do something that you truly love, something that you're able to express your creativity, somewhere where you're free to really just be yourself so that you can create some of your best work from a place of pleasure and play. And that's where I am at right now. I had to transition from my 9 to 5, and I really truly love what I'm doing. And I cannot tell you that it won't have its challenges, yet yes, there will be challenges. And that is where, as a feminine woman, you learn how to be able to ask for help, how to be able to receive help, how to guide the men around you to step up so that you can be able to rest more in your feminine. And truthfully, ladies, this is a skill, and it is a learned skill, and something that if you're intentional, you can be able to cultivate the kind of lifestyle that you want. So once again, doors are open for my Soft Life Magic. Check out the details in the description box and see you there. Bye for now.